thank you so much for coming here today. And they're actually here in person as well. And yeah, it'll be great. So we have a couple of questions ahead of time that we gathered from my subreddit. And we have a couple of questions from Ragnag9. So how did you two meet?
I was 17, 18, and common friends.
Speak up a bit.
We have common friends and fell in love.
Lower the sound. Okay.
47 years ago.
47 years ago. That's awesome. But where? What were you doing?
Thing.
I think there was some
Midsummer.
party where we light up fires outside, and we went to that party, and then
Nice. Ragnag9 is also asking, did Zizaran sleep when he was a baby?
oh yeah.
But not through the night. No.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes he slept very well, and sometimes we had to stay up all night.
We had to sing a lot for
Sing
him.
a lot to get him into sleep.
Yeah.
So he has heard a lot of songs from us.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I carried him a lot around.
Yeah.
Carried him on my hip.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. The next one is, do you have any embarrassing or funny stories about Zizaran?
Funny stories.
I'm worried because I don't...
Oh, we have to think about
He-
that. No.
He told jokes even it was a couple of years.
Yeah.
So yeah, he had a lot of humor.
Yay, that's good. I was
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, you were funny.
Yeah.
We laughed a lot.
Nice. What? That's a terrible question. Who took these questions? Right, okay. Another question. Have you traveled much, and what is your favorite place?
Oh, I think you have heard it. It's in the Pacific. It's a island that's called Cook Islands.
Rarotonga is the name
Rarotonga.
of the island. It's the middle
Yeah.
of the Pacific.
It's a part of the Cook Islands.
Yeah.
It's far away, but it's really nice. It's the best place we have ever been.
Yeah, everything was so relaxing, and we had the beach with palms and everything almost for our own. And we could pick bananas and coconuts from the trees, and because they didn't sell them in the store, so we have to pick them from the trees. That was very nice.
Nice.
So
And it
we
was
had a
not
very good time.
Yeah, it's not crowded at all.
That's awesome. Somebody asked in chat, Sasha asked, were you worried about your son moving to another country so young?
Not really. It wasn't so far from Norway because he has a brother that moved to Bangkok in Thailand, and that's really far. And so we felt safe, I think.
Yeah. And Scissoring is really good taking care of himself, so we were not very worried.
And he speaks the language. So.
Yeah.
How proud are you of Ziz turning passion into profit?
That's nice. I think that's the best. To do
But-
what you like.
Yeah, but we were very skeptical when he has always been playing a lot of games since he was very little. Of course, that's a bit our fault as well, since we gave him a computer from a very early age. But and we were very worried about all this gaming, but no. But he has always been said that this is something I really want to do, and to make a living out of it. And of course we thought that okay, some guys do that, but very few succeed. So we were a bit skeptical. And of course we said that you had to have an education before you start up, and so we did, and it has been a success story. So
Nice.
we are very proud of him.
Thanks.
But it's hard work, I see.
Yeah.
That was all the questions from Ragnag9, and then the next questions are from Peep2. Do you know about Twitch emotes, and what is your favorite? Like the smiley faces you see in chat.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
I have to be honest. I'm not familiar with this, so that's Greek to me.
What about you? You watch every day.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's the favorite. No.
Let's spam some emotes, chat. Let's see if she can pick one.
The glasses, huh? I'm not sure.
There is something about a whale, I think. Or,
No, not the whale for me.
You don't like the whale?
I like it when they have the blue hair.
Yeah.
I saw the blue hair guy.
Oh, you like the blue-haired emote?
Yeah.
Okay. So she likes one of my emotes. That's why you
Yes.
should be sub. Do they play any video games and have they ever played Path of Exile?
I never played Path of Exile.
No, we started to try the Game Boy playing Game Boy. That's all.
Yeah.
And
Nice. Hardcore game.
So we have played
with
some
the
Super Mario, and there
yes.
was some
And the
Flight Simulator and
Donkey Kong.
things like
Yeah.
that. Some football games as well, but very little.
Donkey Kong I played.
Yeah, Donkey Kong, yeah.
Yes.
That's a classic.
Ethels is asking, do you have any other kids? And if so, which one is your undisputed favorite?
The undisputed favorite. You tell. You have a big brother. He's 12 years, 12 years older. Yes, of course. But we have two favorites.
Two favorite kids.
We have
That's a
two.
cop
We
out.
love them very
Yeah.
much, both of them.
Has the quality of the gifts Ziz buys you improved since he became a streamer?
What?
Has the quality of the gifts that Scissoring buys you improved since he became a streamer?
No, we can't say that.
Roasted! Have you always... RK Films is my actual brother. RK... he's in chat, my brother.
Ah.
He should be a VIP actually, even though he's not a sub. Let's see, RK Films.
You had to sub also?
He said, I'm here, I'm 12 years older.
Yeah. Just told them, Rune.
Yeah.
Have you always supported his life choices?
No.
Yeah, we have always supported him.
Yeah, but we thought he's played a lot more than was healthy.
Yeah.
But
We
okay.
have been skeptical, but we have supported him. We have supported both our kids to do what they like. So I think that has been very important.
And the next question is basically the same. Darko Wasd 97 is asking, do you have an idea on what Path of Exile is?
Yeah, we have seen the game, and we see that it's a kind of strategy game where you find the different things, and you have all kinds of weapons and features and all this stuff. It seems very complex as I see it. So, but we have never tried to play it, so we don't know much about it.
What was your reaction when Zizaran said that he will stream full time?
we said it was okay to try because you never know before you have tried to do something. And I think that's the same when I started the flower shop. You don't know what it is before you have tried, and when you succeed, it's a nice feeling.
But he said himself that give me
1 year.
1 year to try to fix this, and I think he has succeeded. So
All right. Super Beast 3001 is asking, greeting parental units of the almighty Zizaran. What would you say is your parenting style? Do you think you were strict or not strict enough when it came to the upbringing of our Lord and Master? If there was anything you could change with his upbringing, what would it be?
yeah, I think we tried to be strict, and of course. Sis has always had a temper, so if he decided that he wanted something, he could be very persistent. Of course, we tried to bringing up him, being a good child. I think I think being honest and be hardworking has been very important, and I think that has also been very important for Cis as well. So, but of course we could maybe we could have been more strict, but as we see it now, I think it has been successfully.
Oh, thanks.
We don't like to fight. So,
Pedersen is asking, how do you guys feel about ditching school to focus on streaming? I ditched school to focus on playing video games. I finished my university before starting streaming. But yeah, how do you feel about me ditching school to play video games?
I think it's important to get some kind of education or job that you like to do, and of course ditching school is not the best thing to do. So you should really try to find some interest that you can keep on with the rest of your life. Not only video gaming, but video gaming is also a way of life. So of course, but everyone has to find some kind of work to support the life. So yeah, that's what I can say.
yeah,
Nice.
do what you do best.
You guys were really good parents.
Thank
Try
you.
our best.
Pedersen is also asking, and Scissoring's mom, can you tell the story of when Kjetil was bullied outside the house and you kicked the kid's ass?
Oh, yeah, he get me angry because he was start to choke his Kjetil, and this guy was much bigger than him, and I got really mad on him. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
But afterwards, I heard he had almost choked a girl as well. Was much smaller also. So after that, I think he stopped doing it.
Yeah, he was
because
really
he
nice.
was really scared. He also, and
Yeah.
I have never been that angry before.
He was a guy that had
Problems at
at home, and
So maybe I should give him a hug instead. But
I think he was very kind to Cis afterwards. So
yes, he was.
He actually was a lot nicer to me after as well.
Yeah, he was.
Violence is the answer, got it. 3850 is asking for Mom, when he came home with blue hair, did you realize that grandchildren are off the table?
No, I haven't given up.
Nice.
Grandchildren, he promised us,
yeah.
and he's meeting a very nice girl now. I hope
Yeah.
some kids.
So maybe we'll have some mini-Cis in the future.
Yeah.
We hope so.
Right. And this is for my dad. When people ask you what Zizaran does for a living, do you audibly sigh and start the answer with, well...
No, I don't do that. I tell people as it is that he's streaming, and that I think more and more people now realize that this is the kind of life, this is a kind of work that is more and more popular, and everything is getting more and more digital now. I'm working in my company. We are digitizing our processes, making digital kind of services. So that's a kind of the future, and it's a lot of possibilities there. And I think this is just the start of all the digital entertainment that we will have in the future. This is just the start.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very proud of him doing this.
Thank you. 30 has another question. For Dad, did you breathe a sigh of relief when Zizaran was able to grow a beard?
Yeah. As we say in Norway, det gror ikke hår på neper. He had not
I don't know what that was.
of beard.
What's that mean?
Beard, yeah, no. So
What's a nepe?
yeah, he's taking after me there. Yeah.
What's a nepe?
It's a kind of
Rotfrukt.
rotfrukt. It's a Norwegian expression.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You can't translate that.
No.
So
Sweet. And basically, beards don't grow on weird fruits or something.
Okay. Yeah.
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 Darkrel is asking, parents, when is Ziz gonna pay me back the money he owes me? I don't owe you money.
What?
We can't answer you that.
He just donates
He
a lot
has
of
to
money.
take care of.
But yeah, I have seen Darkrel donate a lot of money, and
Yeah.
thank you for the support.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's-
Sell out mom.
He's written up in the big book.
Yeah.
Beitso is asking, for how long did your father have the idea of having a clone?
A clone?
They
How
don't
much?
have your clone.
Clone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more and more like
Yeah.
look alike his
Yeah.
dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe I have to color my hair blue then to get more like him. I have to see in the future.
No. Don't think so.
Caboose 1984 is asking, parents, what did Kjetil want to be when he grew up?
I think he always want to play games,
Yeah.
video games. Yes, he has a brother that
Yeah.
had a short work at testing out video games for living, and he said, "I want to do that when I grow up."
This is a dream job, he said.
Yeah, I want to have that
Yeah.
job, but
Mm.
now I think it's always want to do this.
Yeah.
Did I not ever want to do anything else?
No,
No, we can't remember that.
I don't think so.
Not the pilots.
No,
Not
Not a
nothing
fire.
like that. No.
no.
Beastly DDPS is asking, how do you feel knowing there's 1,500 people watching you right now?
Yeah.
It's okay. I don't see them.
No, we don't see them, but of course we have been a bit nervous, but we cope with it.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Iomi is asking, what do you guys do for a living? You don't have to be specific about company names.
No, but I'm working with sales and marketing. So I've been doing that for many years. Before that, I was working with the geographical information systems, and so that's my kind of work. So
And what was your role? What do you do?
now I'm a sales and marketing director. So
And you?
Yeah, I'm housewife again. I sold my shop for 3 years ago, and I'm comfortable to be a housewife again because he works almost like Scissoring, very long days. So yeah, I can, if I want, I can do. I've been offered work in a flower shop, but I have a mom that's 86 years also, and she needs me also now, so it's okay. I'm fine with that.
but you have had a lot of work. You have
Yeah.
been working in the post office.
Yeah.
You have been working in the flower shop.
Yeah, tell a little bit about your flower shop.
Yeah.
I started a flower shop because our county didn't have any flower shop, and I said why not? So I wanted to try. I have been customer service in the post office for years, and they were going to shut down.
Mm.
So I thought, why not try something completely different? And I always want to work with my hands, and then I took the school for learn and florist school, yes, and then I started up after practice. So it was really good feeling to succeed, and I bought in a lot of stuff. I had stuff for for babies, and yeah,
Lot of interior stuff.
lot of things,
Mhm.
and it's still up and run, and so
And
that's good.
in periods we had the Zizaran working, helping
Yeah.
us to do things during Christmas and things like that.
mm,
And he was really clever of doing that as well.
he was really fast. He worked really fast.
Yeah.
So
Very efficient.
yeah.
That's awesome. Faulty Flagellum is asking, at what point did you realize that video games could be a way of living for your awesome son?
I think we have heard for several years that this is a kind of the e-sport is growing very fast. Of course, I think in Asia, in Korea especially, it has been very big. So I think there was only a matter of time before this would grow in the Western world as well. So we have seen that for many years that this would be popular.
But I remember I told him that it's a very few that can succeed and make money of this, and a lot, thousands I think, is trying and not succeed, but I hope they have fun trying. And not everyone can live in, but it's, if you dream hard enough, I think it's possible to try.
But
really
of course
hard.
it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And was there any like specific moment where you thought like, hey, he can do this?
Yeah, I think when we followed you and you started this, and we saw this
When you got the contract.
statistics going
Yeah.
up and up compared to other players, that you had a very steep curve. So then we saw that maybe this could be something that could be successful. Maybe that was 1 year ago or something. I'm not
No,
sure.
it's more than-
More than 1 year.
More than
No.
1 year ago, maybe
3.
Yeah.
3 years ago. Yeah.
When they got the contract.
When you got the contract
Yeah.
with Twitch, then we saw that this
That's-
could be successful.
Yeah.
Furious Green is asking, when you were Zizaran's age, did the two of you do anything similar to what Ziz is doing now?
No,
No.
we don't. We had a television, but and I have a record player.
Yeah.
That's everything.
Yeah.
That's a
Then
weird question.
everything was more physical then we were out playing together. There was no kind of game. So I think maybe in the 80s things started up with very primitive kind of games, but equipment was very expensive. I remember when we started this digital thing in my company in the early 80s. We had to pay I think 7,500 for a computer, but that was very primitive. And we bought a mainframe with 4 megabytes of memory that cost 100,000 pounds. Everything was very expensive and very big. So
We didn't have mobile either. So.
yeah, the first portable computer weighed I think 15 kilos that we had on my work. I brought it home once. That's all. But after 4 or 5 years, the equipment were much lighter and much more powerful. So and the price was also much lower.
Well, let's see, what's the... okay, Axel is asking, how did your parents feel about you doing 505 hours of streaming in 1 month?
I was worried, of course, because it's not healthy. But they promised to eat well and do some exercise. So I trusted him. He had done long streams before and made it. Not fated. So
Oh, yeah, because he was very well prepared. So we were a bit worried, but of course we hope that he will break the record.
A-Star is asking, when did you tell them you became famous on the internet? Still working on that one.
yeah.
Why you lie to your parents you don't do any exercise? I do exercise. All the time. Sharni is asking, who is on the top of the hate list?
Oh, it's not actually a hate list, but I'm writing up funny names, and I write up who donated a lot of money.
Oh, that's not a hate list.
No, it's not
she
a
has
hate
different
list.
lists.
It's not
So,
a really
yeah.
hate list.
Yeah.
No.
We don't have a hate list.
No.
We don't need that. You have
I
to
know.
focus on the things that are positive. I think that's very important.
Some come with rude things, but shit happens.
In my work, I have a lot of worries as well, but you don't have to think about them. You have to
No.
think about what's positive and what's successful, and that's driving you on, so you'll be successful in the future.
Grandam Official is asking, was Sis a smart student?
Nah.
That was a lot of hesitation.
Yeah, well, because
You could,
yikes.
you could
Sis
have
Christ,
done better.
this is not getting
Yeah.
better.
Sis has not been very enthusiastic about mathematics, and if you are studying computer science and not very fond of mathematics, it's not a good mix. But I was a bit surprised of how soon he was very interested in a lot of problems, and what I remember he was doing a kind of work with watermarks and things like that, with very complex algorithms, and because he said, I never have a use for all this mathematics, and I said, yeah, you'll be surprised of how much you will need this kind of knowledge in the future, and I think I was right, but he has not been he has been a kind of lazy student, I think.
Yeah.
But he managed to get his degree, and we were happy about that.
I just got roasted.
Yeah, but you could have been.
Yeah, we have to be honest, you know.
Yeah.
What would be the punishment for your son for not doing the homework and time by musket kills?
I think the worst thing we could do when he was little was that we took away the internet.
Computer.
If we took away the internet, that was the worst thing. Then he was really mad.
That's true. Scheinheilig is asking, what do you think about the blue hair?
I think it's a nice color. I love blue.
Good answer.
We got used to it, so
You can
it's
eat it.
okay.
Doomraw is asking, how often do you tune in and watch the stream?
I watch every day. Not for hours, but just checking in.
Yeah, and I'm also checking in, maybe not every day, but almost.
Shonsky is asking, can you sing one of Scissoring's baby songs?
No. Never sing live. No. I sung a lot, but not not in front of other people. No.
Vulcan93 is asking, have you ever thought about sending him to the military to make a man out of him?
No. He tried. In Norway, everyone had to go to session.
Yeah,
To
kind
the-
of. They are testing you to see if you are suited for the service, and I think he was not very eager. And this guy from the military said that you really don't want to be in the military. He said, and
I don't, he
I
said.
don't. He said, and then he was.
And then
He didn't have to do the service.
Oh, you remember? That's sweet.
yeah.
Yeah, because I think in that period only 20% had to do the service. So
And I don't think he really wanted to kill anyone in war.
No.
So
when I was doing the military service, almost everyone had to do the service. If you don't have big handicap or was you had to have a very big handicap to
But
not do it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's changed a lot. Beitzo is asking, how good was Kjetil at the flower shop?
He was really good. Yeah, he was really good and really fast, and I think the customers also loved him because he was polite and smiled a lot.
Yeah, and
So,
talked. He has
and
never
he
had
talked-
problem talking with people.
talk with everyone. So
That's for both our sons. They have been very open and
Talk with everyone.
Talk with everyone, easy to contact them. So
It's good parenting. What is that? Reketcher is asking, is your dad down for playing a round of Beat Saber?
I played the Beat Saber several
It's
times
fun.
when I be here, and that's very,
it's
very,
very good.
very funny, and
And it's-
I like that. It's the technology is impressive.
And it's
Yes.
good exercise also.
It's good exercise as well. Yeah, I really like it.
Sychronalex is asking, what is the thing Scissoring did that you are the most proud of?
I'm proud of.
Of course, we were very proud when he broke the world record. But and of course, we are very proud of that he has succeeded with gaming. So that's very positive.
Nice. You're not proud of anything?
Yeah, I'm proud of you. You're a good guy.
Oof!
Uh,
Oof!
And he also stand up for a goal that was beaten. Even the guy was much bigger than him,
yeah.
just to protect her. I think that's a good thing to do.
Yeah, that's good. Beastly DDPS is asking, have either of you got any tattoos?
No,
No.
no.
Random Official is asking, what is your favorite game?
I don't know.
No, we haven't played, but
It doesn't have to be on PC, it can be any game.
No, but I think any game, yeah. I think Monopoly. We have always played Monopoly.
We have a lot of Monopoly stories.
That's very funny. So I remembered when Cisco come home before he started the gaming. Of course, we always had to do this Monopoly. Yeah.
But we also do a lot of Scrabble when you...
Yeah, Scrabble is also okay.
Do you want to tell the story about the black stuff on the rules?
What?
That I wrote over the rules?
What?
Do you remember?
What that?
Monopoly?
Monopoly, yeah.
The 3 in a row?
Hmm?
Yeah, he wasn't satisfied with all the rules, so he took some
Made his own.
marker and
Yeah.
deleted this part of the rule.
Yeah, so basically what happened was there's a rule in, it's a Norwegian version of Monopoly called Millionaire. If you hit doubles 3 times in a row, you go straight to jail for speeding. And I said it was ridiculously unfair to get penalized for being too lucky. So I just threw the board and tilted over the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've always been very lucky. No speeding, yeah, basically. Asada's Magic is asking, what is the first game Zizaran played when he was a young boy?
Super Mario, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, it must have been one of the Game Boy games. I'm not sure. Do you remember?
Probably Dune.
Dune? Okay.
Probably Dune on my brother's computer.
Oh.
First thing I remember playing anyway. House Harkonnen. Let's see.
Yeah, Space Invader, maybe.
Nah.
That's very old.
French Marie is asking, when did Zizaran get his first computer game or gaming console?
He was really young.
Yeah.
Just really
He-
young.
We don't
Because
remember.
he grew up in front of his brother's computer on his lap because his brother is 12 years older. So I think it was just a couple of 2-3 years and he was playing, but I don't know when he got his own computer. I don't know. It couldn't be that old. 6 years maybe.
Yeah. I think
think
I was 7. Do you not
7?
remember the first time you bought me a PC? Do you not remember what happened?
No.
I was sick.
Yeah, I very remember that.
Yeah, you have
Because then you had a fever and we thought we should cheer you up, and we told that we have bought a computer and then you got well. So then we saw the powers of the placebo effect. That was so he got
much better
yeah,
very
got
quick.
much better.
Very quickly.
Caboose is asking, what does your other son do for a living?
Produktutvikler.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of things, but he is an inventor, and he is
Kan vi hente navn og begge?
producing different kind of designing and producing different kind of products. But he has done a lot of different things.
He's a photograph.
Yeah, he is educated within this digital media, so he has done TV production, been
Commercial.
directing a lot of different type of work, working with websites, working with creating different kinds of
And he also have a big heart for planting mangrove, wood trees.
Yeah, mangrove trees.
Yeah, planting trees to get better air. That's a big project for him.
And then he has been working, creating this kind of TV concept. So he has always been a creative guy, and that's. But now he's doing. Yes. Inventing new products and
planting trees.
Selling them and planting trees, yes.
Mighty Nyron is asking if you could choose Zizaran's hair color, which one would it be?
I think we're so used to the blue one now that we wouldn't choose another one.
Then you had to pick what is really have, and that's dark blonde. Yeah.
Well, just this.
But blue is our favorite color, so
That's okay.
Yeah.
Fluid Intelligence is asking if you could leave 2 pieces of life-changing advice to everyone in the world, what would those be and why?
Once more.
If you could leave 2 pieces of life-changing advice to everybody in the world, what would that be and why?
Oh, that's a difficult
Always,
question.
Life-changing
always
advice.
be
Life.
kind and honest. I don't know.
I think that's a really tough question. Of course, I think what's important is that you need to get your head up from the sand, as we say in Norway, and have a look around and see what do I want to do with my life. Make a plan and then try to stay to that, work according to that plan. I think just take a break, have a look at the possibilities.
And don't bully others.
Yeah, of course, but that I think is something very important to think about all the possibilities that you really want to do and try to follow your dreams. That I think is if you want some life changing. Of course, you have to be honest and a nice guy, but I think taking that time to look around you and see what is the possibilities, that's very important.
That's very good. Okay, this gets asked a lot. Takra95 is asking, have you ever thought that Scissoring liked men?
No.
He always been a lot of fun of girls, so
Yeah.
I have never doubted that. But
Even from he was very little, I remember there was a girl in the neighborhood that was a bit taller than him, and that was in the winter, and then he built a kind of pallet of snow to get up, to reach up, to give her a hug. So he has been always very...
he wanted to give her a kiss as well, I think.
Yeah.
He was not more than 5 years or 4 years.
Okay, that was...
But if he was, it's up to what you can do, what you want today. So
That's true.
Yeah.
30 is asking again, for Mom, if Ziz was a flower in your shop, which one would he be?
oh, that was a difficult one.
Yeah.
Not sure. I like almost every flower, so it's hard to tell.
Grim is asking, do your parents prefer the name Zizaran or PC Child?
Oh, I think Scissoring is
Yeah.
sounding nice, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
He prefers Zizaran.
Cloud Fankaka is asking, have you ever been afraid for Zizaran's health?
Yes.
Ever?
Yes, I have, and he complained when his leg is hurting. I am worried. Yes.
Mm.
But of course, we talk to him all the time. So even
But-
if he's in another country, I think has he been living in Norway, maybe we will have maybe less contact but now we are so far away, and that goes for both our childs that we have a lot of contact now through Skype and other channels.
And my mom also said that they talk to her several times a week, a lot. So
Yeah.
she also had a good connection with them, even they are far away. And she also can see them on her computer.
Oh yeah, my grandmother watches as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she watches now. Hi, Mom.
Hi!
She's
Hi,
80,
Bestemor!
she's 86.
Yeah, and using the computer.
And yeah.
Malice is asking, blue-haired Ziz dad when?
What?
He's asking if my dad would dye his hair blue.
No, I'm not. I'm
It's
not
grey is
sure.
a
Yeah.
okay color.
Okay, maybe blue is better than the grey, but I think I will have problem at work if I stepped up there with
I
the
think
blue.
they would.
The customers will laugh at me. So
Duranto is asking, as a new parent of twin boys, do you have any tips from one parent to another?
Yeah, we gave him both boys a lot of vad heter det, uppmärksamhet?
Attention.
yeah, a lot
Attention,
of
yes.
attention. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can never hug them too much, I think. And yeah,
And we were doing a lot of reading for them. That was
reading
also
and singing.
reading. And we were reading for them even if we tried to skip some pages. We were quickly corrected. So
And I think that's one of the reasons they learned to read very quick and very early, both of them. So they were good readers long before they started school. So yeah.
It's funny because that's a running joke, is that I can't read.
Oh,
Simply Spyros is asking, do you have any tips for convincing my parents that computer games aren't the devil?
oh,
I think you have to maybe you can show them this clip from this interview, but I think showing them that others succeed is a way of convincing them that this could be a way of living, I think.
and it also was a story at the Norwegian television this week. This week, a boy that he was very handicapped, but he had a lot of friends with computer gaming, and his parents didn't know before he died. He was died. He died, and then it's turned up a lot of computer friends
In the funeral.
in the
Yeah.
funeral, and they helped the parents a lot.
So I think this it's a lot of people out there. This is a very good kind of networking, and to help people that are lonely, and it's now everyone can talk together via this internet, and even some days I work from home as well and do the same work from home as I'm in the office. So everything is getting more and more digital, and you have a lot of possibilities. And I think that the skills that you learn when you do this kind of work is valuable in a lot of other type of work as well.
That's true. Very true. A Last Epoch game is asking, ask them what game they remember you playing the most.
That was... Yeah, that's Burton stuff.
Yeah, I think Super Mario was some of the games that he played.
Well, like ever. Not
ever.
just, yeah.
No, I'm not sure.
Really?
No.
I thought that would be an easy.
What?
What game you remember me playing the most?
Yeah,
Oh, I husker ikke
World of
det.
Warcraft.
There it
World
is.
of Warcraft. Yes.
World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I remember that.
But the Dragons and Dungeons, there was a lot of these
Yeah.
games that you
Played a lot of Dungeons and Dragons as
Yeah.
well. Let's see, there's a lot of repeat questions here as well. How cold and long is the Norwegian summer, Musky Kills is asking.
Oh, but the last summer we had almost 4 months with sun. So you never know with the Norwegian weather. It's changing a lot, but this last summer we had almost 30 degrees all the summer. It was really dry. So really hot. Maybe the climate change. But when I'm looking back and thinking of what the summer was like when I was a child, I remember a lot of sun also, so it's not that bad.
And we have had winters before that where we had no snow. So,
Yeah.
but last winter was very long. Normally the winter starts in December and lasts until March,
Yeah,
I think.
but we have some April that is really hot, so
Yeah.
Hey Coco is asking, will your parents adopt me? I'm a good 30-year-old kid going back to college now, very fun at family gatherings and always bringing good wine.
okay, the wine would be okay, but
I have a new brother now. Welcome to the family, Coco.
okay.
Sai TV is asking, did Kjetil have reading problems as a kid?
No,
No,
never.
never.
But I did have speaking problems.
Yeah, some sound, but you don't need that in English.
That's true.
Hmm.
Yeah, I couldn't say ar.
Yeah, but you can do now.
Yeah. Coco is asking, I've traveled to Norway once before for a week. If I return, what is the most culturally important place to visit?
Culture, the most important.
It depends what kind of culture you are after. I think if Bergen, of course, is a city with a lot of
History.
It's nice to see. It's the home place of Grieg, and you have a lot of other things to see there. You have Trondheim with Nidarosdomen and
Yeah.
these kind of
It's really big.
of things. You have
And you have the fjords.
Ålesund, which is very famous for its Art Deco architecture. So there is a lot of things. If you really want to see the northern lights, you have to go up to Tromsø or Alta to see that kind of.
But then you have to travel in the winter.
Then you have to travel in winter. In the summer, you can see the midnight sun.
Yeah.
So,
But that's the same sun as
Yeah.
during the day,
Yeah.
but it never went down.
Xavier Bain is asking, how do you feel about his potty mouth during stream?
What?
That I swear a lot.
Oh, I don't like
yeah,
that
we
at
don't
all.
like that.
And I don't like when he's getting angry.
Yeah,
Right.
sometimes we
Irritated.
turn off the
Yeah, if
stream
he's, if he's
it's
swearing
too
and
bad.
getting irritated and rude, then I turn it off.
Then we do something else.
I don't like
I'm
to
never
see.
irritated and rude.
No,
no,
not
it
so
happens.
much rude, but you can be irritated and you
Yeah.
can swear, and I don't like that.
Toxic streamer. Dariani is asking, do your parents call you Zizaran or your real name?
His real name, of course.
Always is real name.
Shinigami is asking, do you have any hobbies?
I like to paint and draw, but yeah.
I think my favorite hobby is fishing, sport fishing. I don't have a lot of time to do that, but sometimes we do that.
When you
And I've been out with
In some years, you can do it
Cis
a lot.
several times as well,
Mm.
doing fishing, and I'm sure I have been telling you a lot of this
Fishes.
crab fishing that we did when he had this big crab.
Yeah.
Yes.
If Scissoring, Cuba is asking, if Scissoring had to stop playing video games tomorrow, what would you see him doing for a living?
I think some kind of computer
Computer.
work, maybe programming or something else.
Yeah, probably. Actually, probably something else. Kikasu is asking, do your parents speak any other languages than English and Norwegian?
We learned German in school and some French, and you had Spanish.
Yeah, I have Spanish, yeah, and German.
Spanish, yes, and German. Yeah. We have to maybe learn some more German when we are going to Berlin.
Oh yeah, they're coming to TwitchCon as well.
Yeah. And then we have to repeat our German
Yeah.
language.
And there's like a lot of repeat questions, so if your question doesn't get asked, it's probably been asked earlier in the AMA. Critical is asking, have you ever given Zizaran advice on how to build his brand?
No, that we haven't do. I think it's very clever there because they have. It's. I think it's impressive and really professionally done. Everything from the logo to how he run the show. I've been very impressed with that.
Thank you. Doomrod is asking, can you tell when Zizaran is lying?
When he's lying, I hope he doesn't lie.
You taught me how to lie.
What?
You told me this story about the boy who cried wolf and asked me if I understood what it meant, and
Yeah.
I told you don't tell the same lie twice.
Yeah.
Okay. But it wasn't that.
Yeah.
That wasn't the point of the story.
No.
Oh,
No.
I misunderstood.
The point
Okay.
was to be honest all the time.
Aqua is asking, how do your parents know how to speak English? Did their careers require them to?
We are learned in school, of course, and from television. They don't dub the television shows in Norway, so we can see all the crime on what you call
Yeah.
Miss Marple and
all kind of
Miss
shows
Marple and everything
is in English with
Yeah.
subtitles and
in cinema as well.
Yeah.
James Bond, everything is in English.
Mhm.
and we have traveled a lot, and then you
Yeah.
need to know some language. And in my work, I need to speak English sometimes, especially when I was in my I worked in the telephone company in Norway, and then we had a lot of visitors from other countries, and I was working a bit abroad, so I had to speak some English.
And we'll stop taking new questions there, and we'll finish up the ones we have. The next one is by Beitso, who's asking, is Zizaran already an uncle?
No.
No, it's not.
So we are not grandparents, so we hope.
We hope.
We hope we can be one day.
Pexum is asking, to Mamaran, how do you voice your concerns about Kjetil's lifestyle in a way that is still supportive and understanding?
One.
How do you voice your concerns about Kjetil's lifestyle in a way that is still supportive and understanding?
I think when
It's for
we
her.
have-
Yeah,
for
she
that.
has to answer
Okay.
it. Hvordan Oh my god, how do I translate this? Hvordan sier du fra hvis det er noe jeg ikke liker, mens du fortsatt prøver å være supportive av det jeg gjør?
Hvordan jeg sier ifra. Da.
Hvis jeg gjør noe Hvis du er bekymra.
Jeg sier
Ikke
ifra.
kjefte på.
Try always to tell him what I mean, what I think is good, what I think is the best.
Yeah. There's been a few times where she's like told me like, you need to go to bed now, and I'm like, Mom, stop.
Okay. Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah.
When you fall asleep almost.
That was one time.
Yeah. Then I was really worried, and I told him to quit. But did it help? No.
No. A jockey 393 is asking questions for both mom and dad. What are your dream jobs?
I think I had
jobs?
my dream job is.
No, I'm also very. I think I have had a very. I always like my work. Of course, I could maybe could be a rock star or whatever, but I don't have the abilities to do this and the talent. So I think I really enjoy my work, and I meet a lot of people, and I have a lot of challenges. I really like that. So of course, there's a lot of things you maybe wish you could do, but
So you want to be a rock star?
yeah, or maybe a famous football player, or
Something like that, yeah.
A Scrafster is asking, if you knew beforehand that Cis would be successful at streaming, would you have steered him towards it or let him figure it out on his own?
I think we wouldn't steer him. That has been a part of our life. Not they have to do whatever they think is best, because then they make the decisions themselves, and because if you steer them in some kind of direction that is not good, that's
They have to
that's
figure
not good
out
either.
themselves what's the best.
Yeah.
Kikusu is asking, how do your parents feel about the growth of the gaming industry, and do they think that TV will ever die?
No, I think TV will be, but maybe in another way.
Oh yeah.
But I think this kind of entertain, because in this kind of industry you have people working as a big team, working together, being a part of something together. That's much better than looking at a television program where you are completely passive. So I think this is a much better way of doing
Entertainment.
entertainment.
Mm. Satisfaction is asking, how tall is this and why is he so small?
He is big enough. That's the important thing.
Yeah, he's about my size, 175, I think.
Yeah.
So he's not too small.
In Norway, it's
It's a
very
kind of
normal.
average
very normal
size.
I'm not so tall, so
Yeah. Exile 117 is asking, Scissoring has inspired quite a few people and stands to be a very successful entertainer. I've taken quite a few steps in my life to transition to streaming to fit my home life and mental health over traditional jobs. Did you ever think that Zizaran would have such a huge impact on people's lives?
no.
I think when he started, we didn't think that, but we have realized that he means a lot. We follow the stream, and we see that he means a lot to a lot of people, and I think that's we really like that. That's important for us. So that he does something that's important
good.
for many people.
Yeah.
Takeda is asking, did you ever drop Scissoring as a baby?
No.
We did not do that.
No.
I'm not sure. Pexam is asking, what are some side effects of people socializing more and more through the internet?
The side effect.
Of course, sitting by the computer all the time is it's not the most the best way of living, but for some people maybe that's the only way, the only place they have to meet other people. And of course it's important to meet people with the same interest as well, because there's a lot of, not everyone likes to play football or playing some instrument in an orchestra or doing other kind of
Sports.
of regular things, and I think that this is a good way of having people communicate with the same interests.
Oh, here's a good one I just saw in chat. Alice is asking, does this talk a lot about his viewers with you guys, good and bad stuff that they do?
No, not a lot, I think.
I told you a couple of
I
things.
heard some stories. But
Yeah, we hear some stories. Most of them very positive.
yes.
Let's see. Sci TV is asking, if you were streamers, what would your gaming names be?
Oh, I'm not sure of that. I haven't thought about that. So,
What about you?
I'm not sure.
Maki?
No, we had to find some better name than that.
I don't
So
know.
I'm not sure. I'm not able to give you a good answer there.
A question from Pexum to Dadaran. Which fish is your favorite to eat and which is your favorite to catch?
Throat?
Yeah, trout or salmon is.
Or
yeah.
vad heter torsk?
Not sure what cod.
Cod, yeah.
Cod.
I like cod a lot.
Cod is very good to eat. Yeah.
And
And-
when we are here in Belfast, we eat a lot of
Hake.
hake, and we don't have. I don't have that in Norway, I think.
Yeah, maybe, but we don't.
And when we were at Mauritius, they had a fish they called captain fish. That was really good, but I don't know what sort of fish that was.
And on the same thing, Parvanka is asking, what is the biggest fish that your father has catched?
Du var på sjöfiske.
Maybe 5-6 kilos, not
Fick
the
du
big
ikke-
one.
Fick
No.
du ikke på Thailand?
Yeah, I got some tuna in Thailand. That was maybe bigger, but we have not catched a very big fish. That has been a dream to have.
C-Max is asking, how tragic was the eel incident for you so many years ago when Scissoring was a child?
Oh, yeah, that
Yeah.
was really, really tragic because. But we were very lucky. He was playing at the beach around the big rock and trying to catch some small fish. And suddenly he came out of the water and his hand was bleeding.
Yeah.
and we were
Bleeding a lot.
and we were transported. We got some first aid by some doctor at the hotel, and then they took us to a hospital on the island. And I was calling Norway to say, what should I do? And they say you were very lucky now because one of the world's most famous microsurgeons are in this hospital. And this guy came in first. Before we did that, a guy came in with his coat and his hands on his back, and he was picking on these bandages. And I saw that, and I was very skeptic. And I think, how will this be? But that was this surgeon that was very, very famous, and he did a very good work.
And he had
So
seen.
we were very lucky.
And he has seen a lot of this before,
Yeah.
because it's really common on this island in
Yeah.
Mauritius that the eel is biting.
Yeah. These guys at the hotel even tried to fish this Murray eel so we
Yeah.
could stuff it and bring it home as a.
Yeah.
But it bit off the hook and got away.
And one of the guide we had on a trip, he had
He missed a finger.
He
so.
missed his thumb
Yeah.
in the
Oh,
sea.
that's-
Yes.
Yeah.
And we have one more question left before we end, and also a big thank you to Toronto Beer for the $100 donation. Thank you so much.
Oh.
Alerts are off at the moment though, but I really appreciate that. Commander Kronk is asking, if I'm coming to TwitchCon and I want to buy your parents a drink, what would they like?
Aperol Spitz, maybe. Aperol Spitz.
Yeah.
I
You
like
have
that.
you have to buy me an Erdinger beer, I think.
So that's pretty much all the questions we had now. Thank you so much to my beautiful mom and my amazing dad for coming and showing up to celebrate hitting 10,000 subscribers. Can we get some easy clap in chat? Thank you to my parents, and a big
Bye.
thank you to all the
See you
moderators.
guys.
Bye bye.
A big thank you to all the moderators as well. Thank you for all the hard work. I don't know who did the most this time, but you're all amazing. Thank you so much for all the help.
Jag vinkar den.
Yeah.
They're waving.
Ja,
Um,
den
I
är
see
vink.
that.
So we're done now.
Yeah.
And there's no more stream after this. I'm gonna end now and go host someone. So thanks for watching, and try to die less than I do.
Bye bye everyone.
Bye.